What's going on, stackers? So in this video I want to share with you a pretty huge mandala bundle which I recently found. So welcome back to Stacking Profit. My name's Paddy and over here we give you the tools and resources to learn, grow and master passive income streams so that you can live a life of freedom. Now, like I said in this video, I am going to share with you a pretty huge, cool, mega bundle of mandala colouring pages. Now, if we go over to here, to Canva for a second, this is what I designed on top of the pattern. One of the patterns is just here, and I've got a few more examples, what I'm going to show you nearer the end of the video, to what you can do with these mandalas and how you can create the designs on top of them. So let's go over to Creative Fabrica. Why Creative Fabrica? Well, this is where I get everything related to my books. I get all my graphics, I can get interiors, I can get niche ideas, and so much more. Now, I was on here the other day because I've been going on a mad one, creating a whole bunch of colouring books. So I was looking for new mandalas or any type of patterned colouring page so I could start creating my books, and I came across this. So this is a mandala colouring page bundle. Now within this bundle you get 1,250 pages, which is absolutely insane because it's for only $14. Now if you have a membership at Creative Fabrica, you can come in and download this, like me, as we can see just here, at no extra cost. So I pay for my membership every single month. This allows me just to come in and download things on the fly. Now if you don't have a membership, you can actually get $1 month trial. So if you click the link down in the description below, you can come to this page, and again, like I said, you can get access for your first month for $1. Then after that $1 month it renews at $19. So you'll be paying $19 per month, but you get access to absolutely everything on the platform, and you would get this bundle as well. So if you don't have the membership, it is going to cost you $14. Now, with all that out of the way, let's take a look at this. We can see that you get lots of different bundles. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all different zip files containing this whole bundle. Now with these, you get the PNG, you get the AI file, the PDF and the SVG. Now because you get the AI file and the .svg file, that actually means you can customize these patterns if you want. Now if we go down even further, we can actually see what's in that bundle. So again, if you have that membership, you don't really have to come in and download this massive bundle, because you can have a look to see what's in the bundle just here and then download as needed. But if you don't have that membership, I'd recommend just the whole pack, just because the amount of value which is in here. So as we can see, there's so much. If we look here on the actual front page, the picture, we can see all these different types of mandalas. Now again, nearer the end of the video, I am going to show you an example of this because I have made them, as you saw nearer the beginning of the video. But if we take a look here, we can see all the different ones that are included, and they're absolutely amazing. I think they're pretty cool mandalas, and you can design some really cool stuff. So if this is something that you're interested in and you create colouring books, come through, click that link down in the description below to check out this bundle. So let's actually go ahead over to Canva and take a look at some of these patterns. Now what I've done, I've got a few just here which I've downloaded and added into a folder here on the left hand side. We can see that with the PNG, the background isn't white, they're just completely transparent, which is also pretty good. But now if we go back to the beginning, I put a few up as an example like this so you can see what it looks like, and we can see that it is really good quality. So I put that one there, this one there, that one as well, and again we can see they're just really great quality. But then I've started designing a few quotes, a few colouring pages on top of this, because it's all well and good just trying to get this downloading it and then just turning them into a book without any modification. If you're going to do that, you're going to have the same types of colouring books as other people, because there's going to be so many people who are lazy and don't actually want to put in the time to create the book. Now, it doesn't matter how many people go through my link and download this and use it if you use it right. If you're using as is, you should never really do that. But if you're actually creating on top of these patterns, which I recommend that you do, you can create some really nice, unique colouring pages. These colouring pages can be turned into books to sell on KDP, or you can sell the individual pages over on Etsy. That's something that I want to get into, but I still have not done that. Now, if we go to here, number 4, we can see I started to do a little bit of designing, and I've put a quote on the cover, not on the cover, sorry, on the page. We can see I've put that there, that here, and that there, along with a little graphic. So this right here is designing. This is what you want to do. Remember, you don't want to use as is and just use that as your colouring page. You want to actually design on top of that colouring page, and that's what's going to make your book unique. See, how good does this look? Now, it's not amazing, I know that, because I just quickly put it together. Let's lock that bit. I quickly put it together, so it's not one of my best, but at the same time, it still looks pretty good. I have one font here, one type of font, and then a different type of font just here. Now, a good rule of thumb to live by if you're trying to create designs is to use 2 different fonts that contrast each other. So this looks good with this one. So this hasn't got a drop shadow on or anything. I've just put it on. It's Believe in Your Elf. So this is more like a Christmas book. And then I have this little graphic just here of a little elf. See, with me, I have lots of different types of graphics here within Canva, which can help me create colouring books on the fly. As we see here, I have lots of different things that I can use to help me actually design a colouring page. For Christmas, that is. So I've got lots of stuff here which I can go and create colouring books now on the fly. So I can get my mandala patterns or any type of patterns like this. I've got all my graphics, and then I also have all of my fonts. So let's go back to here. I also have all of my fonts uploaded into Canva as well. Just here on the left hand side. Let's just give that a second. There we go. So I have all of my fonts here as well, which I also got from Creative Fabrica. See, if you also have the Canva Pro, you can make unlimited folders to put all your graphics in, and you can upload up to 100 fonts. So I get all of my fonts, load them up into here, and that's how I'm making better designs and designs like this. It all starts with your graphics, your fonts, and all of that good stuff. You want good quality backgrounds like this. Then you want some good quality fonts, which you can also get from Creative Fabrica. Just up here in the font section, they have loads. And then I also get my graphics here from on Creative Fabrica as well, and then combined all together with a little bit of design, you can make some really good colouring pages. Now, to get this effect just here, so you can colour it in, is pretty simple. You'd add your font, you go to Effects, and then you come to this splice, and then right here is how you can just start playing around with it, making it look good. I've got that really thin, that border around the outside, really thin, so that it matches up to this pattern. Now, without making this video too long, because it's not actually about creating colouring books, I just wanted to recommend this bundle because I think it's absolutely awesome. But again, without making this too long, if you want more videos about creating colouring books, then I'll link one right there right now in the right hand corner, and I suggest you going through and watch, and that way you can get a better understanding and more in depth on how I actually do this, because again, all I have is the pattern just here. Then I have 2 different fonts with a quote and then a little graphic. So none of this is really hard, but look, you can make stuff look like this and it looks really professional. Again, I have another example just here. So right here I have the background. Again, the backgrounds are from these mandalas. Some of these are just really, really nice. Again, I suggest you going through and taking a look because they are really good quality. But right here, I have my quote. I have a drop shadow behind it. You can't add the drop shadow effect, or you can't layer effects. So if I go here, you can't have the splice and the shadow together. So the one way to get around that is literally just having your text, duplicating the text, making it black, and then dropping it behind it. That way, let's just go back a few. There we go. That way we can see you get that little drop shadow on the back. Now again, I have the back, which is the pattern. I have the quote with the font, and then I have a couple of just little graphics up here. So let me just change that back, which you wouldn't have known because again, it just looks like a design. Now let's go to my next one. This one I quite like. I'm a gangster rapper. So I have the background just here. I have two different fonts with the quote. And then I also have a little graphic just here, which blends into the page. So top tip, when you're actually creating designs, you want to make it look like it actually designed, like it belongs there. I'm seeing too many people trying to create colour in books, and it just doesn't look right. It doesn't look designed. So right here, if this was just a page which you saw, you'd never guess that this was just a separate element with all these different types of fonts layered together like this, because again, it looks like I've actually designed it properly, and that's what you want. You want your books to look legit. You actually want them to look like a colouring book. Most people I see creating books, they don't actually look like a colouring book. Now let's move on to the last one so you can see this as well. Stressed is just desserts spelled backwards. So before, these ones are all Christmas ones, so you can get an idea of how I actually do some of my Christmas books. But then this one was just a funny quote which I liked, so I turned it into a design. But we can see it looks pretty good. I'd probably play around with this little graphic just here because I think that that's too bold. So there we go. Let's keep it like that. But that's just a graphic with two different types of fonts, with effects layered on these fonts on top of one of these backgrounds. So again, really, really simple to create, but it all begins with having some really good quality backgrounds, the mandalas, the patterns, the geometrics, and all of that good stuff. You want really good quality so your books are even better quality. Because if we take a look at these again, because of the background, they look really good. Now let me show you what I mean by good quality. So all of these are good quality, but some of them don't look that great. So if we take away this, in fact, let's just duplicate this for a second. So let's go to duplicate. Let's take this background off, like so, and let's use one of these that looks pretty busy. So let's take maybe this one. So let's take that. So that doesn't look as good as the other one. But now, if we move that to there, click on here, position to the back, we can now see that that doesn't look as good. So you want to match fonts with the backgrounds that you have through that line. So you see this line around the outside of the word, you want to match that thickness up to your background. So right here, if we go on here to effects, we can see the splice, the thickness is just here. So you want to kind of match it up to the lines in the background, if you know what I mean. That way, everything looks more congruent. But again, it all comes down to the quality of your fonts, your graphics, and your backgrounds. If you don't have really good quality ones, you're not going to be able to make good quality books. So this doesn't quite look right, does it? Compared to something like this. It just looks more clean, more fresh, and just looks better quality. So again, always match your fonts or your words to the lines on the background if you're going to do it this way. And try and make the background match your fonts as well. So that's it. That's how I actually use these types of mandala colouring pages. Really, really simple. If you want to check out this bundle, there is a link down in the description below, which I suggest you going through and checking, especially if you have the membership. If you have the membership, come through, take a look at what's included within this bundle and then just download them from here. If you don't have a membership, the better value for your money is just to buy the whole thing, because 1,250 pages for $14 is pretty crazy. And if you like these designs, come through, go to their profile right here and then follow that designer, which you can only do if you do have an account, but you come through and you follow just here. Now they have lots of other stuff, but if we look down here, colouring pages for adults, if we click on there, it's going to pull up everything just here. Or you can actually use the search bar and just type in like Mandala, and then it will pull up all the mandalas on this profile as well. But again, they're really good, so come through, follow this designer, come through, check them out, because it might be something that you're interested in, and then just go ahead and start designing your book, because again, you can make some really good quality books. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. That being said, I've been Paddy, this has been Stacking Profit, and I'll see you again soon.